ones you should be arresting, not me.
Why don't you say that before?
What do we got here?
Cam, this is William Klein. He was wrecking an office.
But I just wanted to meet them face to face. I wanted them to admit what they were doing.
Who is they?
He was in the office of the Trilateral Commission.
Trilateral Commission.
Yeah, the Trilateral Commission.
All right, what is the Trilateral Commission?
It's an organization founded in 1973 by David Rockefeller to bring together business and political leaders from the United States, Europe, Japan, so they could work together for better economic and political cooperation between their nations.
And with that's what they'd like us to believe. But you see, what they're really up to is a scheme to plant their own loyal members in positions of power in this country, to work to erase national boundaries and create an international community, and in time, bring about a one world government with David Rockefeller calling the shots.
I take it they're pressing charges?
Yeah, well, he broke
Hi,
the
Bill.
globe
Hi, Cage.
and some UNICEF artwork.
I know.
Well, they're in on it too.
Okay, Mr. Klein, if you
I'm
just...
telling you, our whole way of life as we know it is in jeopardy.
I appreciate that information.
But I have the documented evidence.
Hey, Andy
It's all
Bruce.
in there. Show him.
Well, he's got these magazines here.
Conspiracy Review, Suppressed Truth Roundup.
Hey, Christoph.
The whole master plan is exposed.
Yeah, well,
You're still not convinced, huh? Would you like to hear the names of just a few of the people who have been on the Trilateral Commission?
not particularly.
James Earl Carter. Heard of him?
Look, Mr. Klein.
Henry Kissinger. Heard of him? Walter Mondale.
Who?
Mr. Klein, this is
John Anderson, George Bush. Now, you remember
the
at
realist
the
we can
convention,
see.
everybody thought it was going to be Ford for Veep. You know what happened? David Rockefeller just picked up a phone, put in a call. Hey, Ronnie, forget Jerry, it's George. Bye. So, no matter who won in November, they had their man in the White House.
Are you through?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. Just have
Listen,
a...
I'm sorry for yelling. It's just, I get so agitated when I think about what they're doing.
Try and relax now, Mr. Klein. You have a seat over there. You can give all this information to Sergeant Deep. Okay?
Thank you.
Sit down. Maybe Mr.
People can get on that.
Thank you.
Here you go. Okay, that's it.
Thank you. Guess you think I'm just another crackpot, huh?
No, I think you voiced some legitimate concerns.
Really?
Sure. Any large organization of powerful people, even if it's not conspiratorial, is open to excess and abuse.
You know, you're the first person who's really understood what I'm talking about.
Well, I think you got some very valid criticisms of the commission.
Right.
And I'm certainly going to bring them up at the next meeting.
What?
I'm a member.
Oh.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Smudgening. A little bit of some levity for from the 1970s, telling us exactly what they're doing. Predictive programming, they called this video. It's kind of cool. Used to watch Barney Miller quite a bit myself. I don't really remember this episode. I kind of do, but kind of don't. I thought that was cool. Yeah, and now we've gone to the next generation, eh? We've got the new generation of Justin Trudeau handing down from his father, and now we've got Alex Soros. Apparently, he was the head of and giving the orders to Antifa. So we can look forward to great things from him. Namaste, beloved. Good to see you. I thought that was kind of funny, the predictive programming of that. What do you guys think of this, Alex? Let's take a look at Alex Soros here. I'm going to shut that down so I can hopefully not do the robot on you guys. What I know about him so far is not much. I know he's been to the White House at least 17 times. And hey, Chloe. Hey, Desert Rose. Alex Soros. Interesting looking young character. Let's take a look here. We know who his father is. This is his latest images. They like to show him with these glasses on. He likes big glasses. Looks like he's got several pairs, different styles and stuff. But yeah, is this the is that the face of the world's Marxists? Is this a Marxist face to you guys? I don't know. I wouldn't say he's an ugly man or anything. I've seen that episode a few times. Oh, cool. I don't know. Does this look like the face of a Marxist, technocratic, bourgeois dictatorship? Maybe. Some people certainly do think he is. Oh, that's for later. Let's see. Cut that out. Where did he come from? There he is. Let's get rid of Alex. Yeah, and we have, of course, we have Biden under investigation and Trump up on indictment again. Hey, Jargo, how you doing? So what do you guys think's going on there? You guys think that's kind of a psyop? Everything's so real, right? Thought this was kind of an interesting one. My friend Alexander put up this one. If you're out there, Alex, hi. Big thumbs up. Let's see if we can get that in close. Oh, jumped on us. So he's showing us the wildfires, Canada, U.S. You look at all the fires going on right now over the U.S., down into Mexico, South America, all over the place. We're going over to Africa. That area used to be quite green. Middle East, Yemen. Yemen area looks like it's completely on fire. I'm going to open up the floor for anyone who wants to come and have a yak. Got a few other things to cover, but we can have some fun with it before we do our smudging. Pretty exciting stuff going on. They're burning down the world. So what are you going to do? Get some marshmallows? Kick up your feet? I don't know. Pretty ominous music you chose there, Alex. Even looking up into Russia, eh? Just on the border with other countries. That's really cool. They've really expanded that program. Good water? Yeah, it is. Thanks, Boab. Cheers. Yeah, so these wildfires are probably going to go all summer, at least in Canada. And it looks like around the world, they're going to go much longer. Stephen Greer's conference about everything. I don't think I saw that. I didn't see that. What was it about there, Desert Rose? It's a conference about everything. Let's check that out. You could have a conference about everything. Let's see. One day ago, YouTube evidence presented at this press conference. Let's see. See what they say here. UFOs, etc. Oh, is he an alien? Is he a guy that takes the alien
do you think, the three biggest
type of
revelations
belief?
that were revealed?
I think the biggest revelation by far is the evidence that there is a clandestine and illegal operation that has hidden and taken
Pretty
and
low.
stolen from humanity the solutions to the biggest problems we're facing. And I think these, 5 whistleblowers who come forward are given evidence of their little involvement, what they saw. But I think the bigger picture is the fact that these
Hi, Mark
technologies
the Arc
are
Spark.
real, and it means that we can have, as this extraterrestrial said to Colonel Corso when he had a meeting back in the 50s at White Sands, and the ET, the colonel said, when the ET said, "Will you help us with this?" And the colonel said, "What's in it for me?" Very brusque, and he admits he was a sort of arrogant, brusque Air Force colonel.
Oh yeah, I've heard
And
this
the
story
extraterrestrial
before.
said, "A new
but,
world, if you can take it."
He's got a new
So
take on
I
it.
think
That's kind of
that's
cool.
the biggest part of this, is that
I'll have
on
to
the
check
one
that
hand,
out, Stephen Greer.
there's
Interesting. UFOs, etc. Yeah, they're bringing up the UFO thing. I don't know if their end game is, who was it? Werner von Braun said that the end game would be alien invasion, but I don't know. They seem to be ramping up war pretty good. That might do it. He has proof? Cool. That's an interview. The other one is called Press Conference on June 2nd, June 12th. It's Amazing Truth. Cool. God, they're destroying your creation. Where are you at? Right, realist? Well, we are the infinite expression of God, at least in my opinion, so it's kind of up to us. Yeah, fake alien invasion, that's probably in the works. I'm not sure how real an alien invasion would be. Every time we look into spacecraft looking for aliens, we generally find people. Yeah, RFK. Now there's a man who could do some good. He used to be after your guns, but I think he's finally seen the error of his ways and is not going to be doing that anymore. The fake invasion was in Albert Pike's letter, was it? Okay, thank you for that, beloved. I heard one of his aides in a recording talking about that. She said the final card, he would repeat to her and other people, the final card would be an alien invasion, but it won't be real. So awesome. No, you threw an egg at Parliament on May Day. Nice. Hi, Spartano. Good to see you. He said 50% is real UFOs, the rest is the dark government. Could be. Could be. I do believe there are aliens. That's not the issue there. Or what we call extraterrestrials or aliens, other beings. They seem more, when you guys view them, to come through dimensionally than physically in ships. But I don't know. We will look into those types of things again and again, of course. We like to see if the information changes. oh, maybe this will be true disclosure. You know, we do know that there are other beings, where they come. Will they tell us really where they come from? Will they be truthful about it? I imagine Stephen Greer might attempt to be. But you can imagine how conflated and convoluted it will get. Yeah, the KGB. Have you seen the KGB handbooks on aliens? They have something like 100 or a couple of hundred alien races that they have cataloged. Don't know if it's true or not, but could be. I wouldn't doubt that there's that many people vying for control of this planet. Let's see. Oh, here was protests over mass migrants. I saw you there. Hold on a second. So this is over mass migration. Hey, Cage, how you doing?
Hey, what's up, man? Can you hear me?
Yep, your voice is good. Video's playing loud, though. So, yeah, there's protests over, that's in Greece. Let's see, where were we here? Just thought I'd bring up a few just to show you guys what's going on around the world, because we don't get to see these things. They hide it. That was in Zajekar. I can't say that. Zajekar in. Oh, here it is. Yeah, this is in Zajekar in. This is in Zajekar in Holland. These are the Holland protests. Even though they voted in a pro-farmer government, somehow the rest of the government seems to be trudging right ahead with the culling and the taking of farms. So they're still in protest out in the Netherlands. Let's see. That was that one. Okay. How are you doing, Caged? Good to see you. Hi, Teresa.
I'm good. I'm good. You have you heard of the Bill C-11 that was passed in Canada?
Yes. That was earlier Bill C-19 and Bill C-60.
This one, the censorship one.
Yeah. Yep. That's going to take our news agencies, alternative news agencies away. They already demonetized alternative news like Rebel News and ones they don't like.
So now they're just going to completely ban it from viewership unless you use like a VPN. So it's
Yeah, and there's actually bills out there making VPNs illegal too. So they haven't made their way up here yet, but as we've seen, if they start passing one place, they seem to start passing them in other places.
that's some real communism type of thing going on there.
Yeah.
It's
Oh yeah, we're way ahead of the game here in Canada. You're in Canada, so you know the game.
It's insane. It's crazy.
What you got going on in the background there? It sounds like a washing machine. I thought you were chewing on something.
Oh no. It's probably I was in the grow room, so there's like a bunch of fans going on.
Yeah, me too, Jargo. I love people protesting. I don't know how far it'll get us, but I do love seeing it. Let's see what else we got for you here. Oh yeah, this one's good. Let me increase that.
Allegations against the so-called Biden crime family are simply too massive to be dismissed. House Oversight Chairman Comer an expose puts a potential $20 to $30 million scandal on the table. It's distressing to think that such corruption could reach the highest echelons of power, but the evidence is piling up. We cannot afford to ignore it. If a sitting president has indeed participated in influence peddling and accepted money from foreign nationals, it is a serious question of the integrity of the political system. Another Rumble's question echoes the sentiments of many. Why isn't he impeached? Why isn't it on the table? Even more disturbing is the potential involvement of the disorganized FBI. What we're witnessing is an erosion of trust in our institutions, and we must demand accountability and transparency. This isn't about partisanship. It's about preserving our integrity, the integrity of our republic. Those are my thoughts. What about you?
So do you think they're taking out the Biden bot? I thought they would have taken him out earlier, but it seems like they're collapsing that program. What are we going to be stuck with? Kamala Harris? You know? But it seems like
call it Kabbalah.
No.
Kabbalah here.
Yeah, that's pretty close to it. Yeah. Yeah, she'd be a good puppet. She'll do whatever she's told. What's that? Geno Matter died in a crash competing in the Tour de Suisse yesterday. I don't know who Geno Matter is. Do you?
No, I know.
No, I don't know who that is. Let's check that out. Geno Matter.
Have you seen the David Grush guy? It's more the UFO type of shit.
No.
The guy worked for like the Air Force and stuff. He's the whistleblower, apparently. Grush, Grusch.
Let me see. Spell that again. What's his name again?
David.
David.
Grusch. Grush or something like that. I don't know how to pronounce it.
David Grush, UFO whistleblower, claims.
Yeah.
Officer and former intelligence officer David Grush publicly claimed that he had been approached by others. Okay. Huh. So they're coming out of the woodwork. David Greer's going to expose, and this guy's exposing too. Public claimed he had been approached by other officers with the U.S. federal government who informed him that the government maintains a highly secretive UFO retrieval program and possesses non-human spacecraft and the corpses. Oh, yes, I have heard of that. Yes, that was recently in the news too, yeah. 2022, Grush filed a complaint with the U.S. Office of Intelligence Community Inspector General, which would allow him to present classified information to the U.S. Senate Select Committee on Intelligence, along with a complaint of retaliation by his superiors over a similar complaint Grush had made in 2021 about classified information that he asserted had been concealed from Congress to thwart their oversights of a UFO retrieval program that he believes to have existed since the 1940s. Members of the U.S. House of Representatives had announced plans for the House Oversight Committee to investigate the matter. Well, yeah, they may investigate it, but would they do anything about it? That's the question. There's it's the same up here as it is in the States, really. The liberals or the Democrats in the U.S., they push forward laws and stuff, and the conservatives up here or the Republicans down there, they raise their arms and they scream and yell and make a bunch of noise, and then nothing happens, right?
Yeah.
So
Sure.
yeah, I really don't know if anything will happen about that. There, I have a video of a lady in front of Congress talking about the damages of 5G and how much it costs in healthcare every year, and 4G and 3G and all these things, and they just sat there and listened and pretty much ignored her, right? Because they were all getting their pockets lined anyways.
Have you ever seen anything like out there before? It's pretty common in Ontario.
Once when I was
Yes.
young.
Yeah.
Yeah. Saw a craft it was way up in the sky though. But it did almost a triangular formation, going like from the front of my house, like it was thousands of feet up, to the back of my house within seconds. I was with a friend, and then it made another like 30-degree turn, back on itself and went off, but really fast, really, just really fast. Couldn't even see it. It was up so high, but we couldn't see what it looked like, but we could see that it was there, doing weird maneuvers. Oh, did Isby die? I'm sorry to hear about that. So our friend Isby has passed away with brain and lung cancer. Well, let's all say a little prayer for Isby and hope his journey goes well. And maybe we'll see you again soon, Isby. Yeah, good guy. I loved Isby much. Gonna miss him. Off into a ravine. Wow, what's that? Okay. Yeah, I'm very sad to hear about that. He had a long fight though. Um, oh yeah. So in New Brunswick, there is a huge debate going over New Brunswick debate over trans student policy is bigger than one province. Across North America, there have been attempts to remove queer and trans affirming books from libraries. Drag story time are being protested. Pride flags outside of churches and private residences are being torn down. Many participants in this backlash against LGBTQ, whatever, people claim they're opposing a radical plan to indoctrinate children and groom them for sexual abuse. In reality, children's safety and well-being are being used as a cover to advance the agenda of hatred, which is now seeping into Canada's political system. I don't know. My question, is why do you want to teach to our children? Why are you so interested in our children? Last week, New Brunswick Department of Education and Early Childhood Development released a new version of its policy on sexual orientation and gender identity. Policy 713, which has been in place since August 2020, sets a minimum requirement of school districts and public schools to create a safe and welcoming, inclusive, and affirming school environment. I'd agree with welcoming and inclusive. This affirming part seems to be taking a little bit of a leap forward. For all who identify as or may be perceived to be LGB, whatever, how many ever letters they've added to it. While few of the changes are positive, much as such as requirement for schools to have private change rooms, the majority of changes are cause for concern, particularly ones that relate to the ability of trans students to specify what name and pronouns should be used for them if they are under 16. Well, I don't know. Shouldn't be my problem, but apparently they're going to make it my problem. The government has consistently defended this change by citing parents' rights, the fact that teachers are in a position of public trust with parents. I don't know about that. Well, anyways, so there is some controversy over this. There may be some changes abroad. I've heard rumors that the bill has passed, limiting teaching and the books from being in the schools. I don't know how that will have an effect across country because Toronto or Ontario will definitely not go for it. Right. And there's all kinds of protests I showed the other day going on. Here we go. We have an idiot doing this. Watch.
Joel Harden claimed he was punched at a gender ideology protest, resulting in a scratch on his face. Nobody witnessed this despite hundreds of people everywhere with cameras. Mystery solved. He scratched himself with his megaphone.
Okay, first of all, can everybody... What the hell? What the hell's wrong with this thing?
I haven't seen this. That's hilarious. Yeah, there was a guy claiming he was beat up at a protest, an MPP in Canada. So, yep, they're just faking everything. Ridiculous. Got any comment there, Cage?
Yeah, I'm just, I don't really have anything to say except this shit is completely, social engineering at its finest, really.
It is.
What they're trying to do here.
It's really, how many white papers have they written about this too, Oh, here's
Fucking sick in the head.
Yeah, they are sick in the head. And there's people writing this stuff for hundreds of years and people following these types of things. Oh, we've got, I wanted to mention a couple other things. Noah Harari. Let's see if we've got that link here. Let me go back. Hold on. There we go. Give me a second. I forgot to pull up this one link here.
I don't really think there's stuff kind of this whole transvestite or whatever fucking thing. I've never seen a transvestite. I've never seen this in my life. I don't even think this shit exists except online. Isn't it less than 1% of the population or something?
Yeah, I live in a huge city. I have seen there are several transvestites in the city, but out of a city of a few 100,000, the numbers are really small.
The next election in the U.S., for instance, in November 2024.
I live in a big city too. I still haven't seen any of that.
No, you're in Toronto.
I just hear about it on the internet.
Yeah.
I guess they all congregate in a certain area.
It
Not
could
in the
be.
area I live at. I just see.
Yeah, like in Hamilton, it's mostly on Barton Street. You see, most transvestites. A lot of them are sex workers.
Yeah, they have
I
a whole
think.
gay area. Yeah, they have a whole gay area in Toronto. So I guess they all probably just stay there or something. I don't know. I don't see anything.
Yuval Noah Harari?
What's that?
Well, he's Klaus Schwab's science director at the Davos Academy. Here, listen to this guy.
To a large extent by AI. That the AI will even produce, again, the political speeches, the propaganda in the networks will no longer be produced by human beings, but by AI. And we are not prepared to how to deal with it. Now AI can create stories, can create mythologies, can create religions. I think that in a couple of years, we will see religions whose scriptures, that the holy texts are written by AI. Now, how does a religion look like when its holy text is written by a non-breathing entity? It makes it possible for the first time to survey, to monitor everybody all the time. Surveillance, and monitor even what's happening inside their body. Like you think about dictators in history and emperors in history, I don't know, people like Stalin or Mao or Hitler, they always wanted to follow everybody all the time, to know what each citizen is doing and even thinking and feeling. But they couldn't do it because it was impossible technically. Like if you have Stalin in the Soviet Union, you have 200 million citizens in the Soviet Union. You don't have 200 million KGB agents that every person, you put a KGB agent, follow that person every 24 hours a day, tell me what he's doing. They don't have enough agents. And even if they have enough agents, what does the agent do? Like, let's say there is a KGB agent following me 24 hours a day, never sleeps, just follows me. Everything I do, he sees. In the end of the day, he needs to write a paper report. He went there, he met this person, he said that, and send this paper report to Moscow, to headquarters, where they get every day a mountain of paper from all over the Soviet Union, 200 million paper reports. Somebody needs to read all that, analyze it, make sense of it. Nobody can do that. They don't have the analysts. So even Stalin in the Soviet Union could not follow everybody all the time. So people had some measure of privacy, some measure of little space of freedom. Now with technology, it can be done. You don't need human agents to follow you around. You have electronical agents, you have digital agents. We carry the agents in our own pockets. We pay for them even. Like our smartphones and on all these cameras and all these microphones, they follow us 24 hours a day. They don't need to write a paper report at the end of the day. He went there, he met this person. No, they send all the information not to Moscow, to the cloud. And in the cloud, you have the new AI tools. You don't need human analysts to read and analyze all that. You have AI tools, algorithms, that can analyze all this ocean of information. And as I mentioned, it can even enter inside our own bodies.
Hello, Desert Rose.
Hey, Max,
Hi
I put
there.
a good one. I don't know
Can
if
you hear me?
Yeah,
Oh, sorry.
that's okay.
You can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you just fine.
Oh, I can't believe it.
Awesome.
I thought I would try it out so that way when I get ready to do the rocks, I can come out.
Awesome.
How do I get my picture up there?
You have to turn your camera on, I guess.
I
It looks
did.
like it's on. You might have it on backwards.
Click your name.
yeah.
Click your name. If you're on your phone, click your name and go to edit
No,
audio avatar.
I'm not on the phone. I'm on a tablet cage.
Oh.
Oh,
All
so
right, well, same
here's
thing. Just click your name. Go to
Huh?
edit audio avatar.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even begin to know how to do that.
There's three dots at the upper right-hand corner.
All I see is Desert Rose up in the right-hand corner.
Okay.
But I'll try it next time.
Like,
Okay.
You see
What
how
I
it
wanted
says,
to-
You see how it says you're in this. You see how it says
Yes,
you're in the
I do.
show and it has your avatar
Yes.
and name. Okay, click right there, the avatar right above you're in the show. Click it, and it'll bring a bunch
Okay.
of options up. And click edit audio avatar, and you can choose whatever picture you want.
Oh. Well, why can't I use the one I have?
I don't know.
I don't either.
But yeah, Max, I put someone in the private. It's about the new Pfizer thing that got FDA approved, and it's like a pill that tracks when you actually ingest the pill. So
Oh, yeah.
this technology, it's been approved, which they're going to be probably using that in every kind of medicine eventually, you know?
Yeah. To assure compliance. Right? That's I've seen
Yeah, that's
this.
what the CEO said. That's what one of those guys said. He's like, "Oh, imagine the compliance you could have now."
Yeah. You know.
Patient engagement, and you had touched on this before. I have a question about patient engagement, and you had touched on this before.
It's like a
all of
fucking
these
battle,
advances are amazing, but even if you make the greatest drug or the greatest wearable, there's no guarantee that the patient is going to take the drug, wear the device. So how are you thinking about technology to engage the patient?
Again, maybe I will use an example. I think it's fascinating what's happening in this field right now. I mean, FDA approved the first electronic pill, if I can call it like that. So it is basically biological.
Oh, this is the frogman.
That it is in the tablet. And once you take the tablet and dissolves into your stomach, sends a signal that you took the tablet. So imagine the applications of that, compliance. The insurance companies to know that the medicines that patients should take, they do take them. It is fascinating what happens in this field. But of course, there will be an initial cost that someone needs to invest.
Yeah. I think it's probably already pretty much done.
What kind of accent was that?
Oh, he's European. He's European.
Okay.
It was
Yeah.
called. It's some sort of demonic dialect. I don't know.
Yeah.
Unknown.
He's a frog man. He's got these lungs that come out of his neck or something. Have you seen those videos?
Which ones? The one you're showing?
No, it's that guy there. He's the head of Pfizer, and they have him like in different images, and his neck throbs out like he's like a frog or something. It's the most bizarre thing you've ever seen. It's really weird.
That's crazy. So how does that work? How could a pill dissolve? What does it send a signal to?
Well, I guess they'd have a Bluetooth
You know what I mean?
device or your phone, or well, now they'll have 5G, so they can just track you constantly. You know, just have a couple of beams on you at all times, radiating your body.
So like it knows when you're ingesting the pill. That's weird.
Yeah, that's too invasive, right? They want to get way invasive. You know?
So now they're tracking your digestive system and shit, like every cell of your body.
I guess so, because I guess the pill has to dissolve, I would imagine, for it to, you know.
Or if you just dissolve it in water or something. So it must know, like it must have like a certain pH
yeah,
that it reacts to.
I would bet. And I bet spitting on it wouldn't work because your stomach acids are much different than your saliva. So
It's probably pH. If you found the pH of the stomach acid and then maybe dissolved it in the same kind of pH, maybe it would work. Maybe that would work too.
well, what happened there?
I don't know, but you got something up there.
Huh. That's not what I was looking for. Let me go back. Let's go this way then.
They even have magnetosome technology now.
Say that again, please.
They have the magnetosome technology that it's transported through the blood through ferritin.
Uh-huh.
It makes like artificial chains of magnetosomes, which create like a different consciousness, you know, through the magnetic field.
Oh yeah, to put a wow.
It's like nanotechnology. I'm gonna try pulling up they have an actual product now.
All right.
On the
I'm looking for a particular. There we go. There we go. Rosa bromelain curcumin in battling recurring spike SARS-CoV-2 spike protein exposures. By Dr. Peter A. McCullough. I find it interesting that a large group of post-COVID-19 acute sequelae are occurring for those who have taken failed COVID-19 vaccines. We are a long way off from definitive clinical trials of multi-drug stages for patients who have had multiple exposures to the SARS-CoV-2 via vaccine or recurrent COVID. Let's see. So, curcumin is a natural phenol found in turmeric, a member of the ginger family of plants. Modulates inflammation, preventing the subsequent cytokine storm by inhibiting multiple transcription factors such as nuclear factor kappa, B, NF-κB, a signal transducer and activator of transcriptor 3-stat, and a downregulating the prion inflammatory cytokines That's a lot of words. As this has been demonstrated in humans, human macrophages after influenza virus infection. Okay. So they're pointing out let's move on to bromelain. Cysteine protolase isolate from the pineapple stem. Okay, I didn't know that. Traditionally, it has been used for its anti-inflammatory and healing effects in cases of arthritis and injury. While it has been approved in Europe for the debridement of burn wounds, experimental studies have demonstrated that bromelain presents unique immunomodulatory actions. Downregulation of the pro-inflammatory prostaglandin, ER2, PGE2. Okay, so it has been suggested to me before. I didn't know they were going to get so technical on that. That bromelain and curcumin are excellent for fighting spike.
What is
I put a good one.
Right.
What is
I put one in the
bromelain?
private.
Bromelain is a product
Bromelain?
that comes from pineapples. You can get it in
Oh.
pill form. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, get it in pill form
Okay.
because they claim it comes from the stem of the pineapple.
Oh.
So, yeah. And
well, why
curcumin is from turmeric.
wouldn't eating pineapple in itself do all right, huh?
Because it's contained in the stem, they said.
Yeah, but I have a lot of pineapple, but I don't have a stem. But are you
Yeah.
talking about the big, large thing on top of the pineapple? The leafy
I'm not
part?
sure. Maybe. Let's see. Where is it? What does it say here? Yeah, it's isolated from the pineapple stem, whatever that means. So not the fruit itself. I do know that drinking the fruit does have bromelain in it and does help to encourage the decalcification of the pineal. So,
Okay.
you know.
Well, that's
there is
interesting.
some.
And they have a new virus now that they claim that won't come out, that won't get accidentally leaked out.
They have a new virus and they say it won't get leaked.
Uh-huh. And
Yeah, that sounds totally legitimate to me.
Yeah, but guess what? It's worse than the COVID. It's 75% death rate or something like that.
Yeah. Hi, Robert V.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Bromelain
So-
and NAC, yeah. Now, my wife had a friend. I'll call her friend she. She was going to the doctor weekly, a couple times a week, being sick, having problems. She had taken the medication, and the doctor told her to take an egg a day and NAC. She hasn't been in the hospital since, so there's
the niacin. The niacin, a lot of people do that to pass drug tests because it takes all the stuff out of your body.
It's not niacin. It's not niacin. It's amino acid. No, it's not niacin. It's NAC. It's a C. Let me pull it up here. Much different than niacin.
Can you buy it?
Yes, it's very easy to get. NAC benefits. Here we go. Let's see. Non-GM. Okay. So it's N-acetylene. Sorry, N-acetyl L-citylene. He loves going to be laughing at me. Let me share this. Yeah, type in all caps NAC on your computer. So it's one of the amino acids. Supplementing with NAC boosts levels of a powerful antioxidant, thank you, known as glutathione, which you can take as well. That was another supplement that was suggested to me. NAC is also an antioxidant on its own. This means NAC can fight off excessive oxidative stress, a process that's damaging to the body when it occurs at high levels. In addition, NAC supports a healthy inflammatory response. Since the 70s, it has also been used for acetaminophen poisoning in the hospitals, setting thanks to its ability to replenish glutathione in the liver. Why include? It helps clear. Let's see if it has it. It's an immune system supplement. Helps clear up stuffed noses and respiratory passages. Ideal lung supplement. Defense against germs. NAC for cleaning kidneys. Neurological health. Male and female fertility. Antioxidant health for vibrant, good health. So lots of good stuff. And it's actually it's very cheap.
Is it a drink or vitamins?
You can get either. You can get either. My wife got it in a drink form, just this goop we put on a spoon. Tastes like strawberries. I think we'll get the pills next time because their flavors aren't that good. So,
right.
But
actually, where did she get it, at a health food store?
Hold on a sec. I'll ask her.
Okay. Thank you.
And different brands. So
okay.
They call it NAC.
Yeah. But there were several brands, right?
Yes, there were a couple of brands.
So it was at Healthy Planet. She couldn't find it at the grocery store, but it was quite easy to find. There were several brands, and it wasn't expensive. So, yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't care if it has that many benefits. I'll purchase it. So
I heard that it had a liver cleansing effect as well.
Yeah, that's good for anybody, don't you think?
Supermarket, Walmart says.
Have you heard about the? I just had a brain fart.
That's okay.
No, well, I'm old, so I have an excuse.
Wireless electricity causes brain farts too, and poor memory.
I know what I was going to say. That Ukrainian nuclear plant, if it does like leak out radiation, do you take iodine pills? Because if the wind carries it, it's going to get people.
Yeah, iodine will help with apparently a small amount of radiation. There's radiation baths as well that you can do. It's the same.
Epsom salt.
Yeah, Epsom salts, baking soda, and boron or borax.
Borax.
Yeah.
I can hardly find that here, John, in Oklahoma.
Yeah, it flies off the shelves around here too. It's not that easy to find all the time.
No, I know.
But I do a bath about once a week because of shedding. We're constantly exposed to people that are shedding, and that apparently now there's proof that is going from one person to another. I suspected it would when I could smell it. When the people first got vaccinated, you could smell it. I could smell the difference between the vaccinated and the unvaccinated. And early on, I could tell who got their booster and who didn't.
No kidding.
It was, just by how much I smelt it, and it would make me choke and cough early on.
That's interesting. Talking about the booster in it. Search. Go look at that article. It's a government article from the website. I put in the private. It's about the magnetosome thing through injections.
Oh, NIH. Yeah, they're a sick bunch.
Straight from the horse's mouth, right?
Yeah. We're all going to be exposed to this stuff. It's glutathione is supposed to be a good metal detoxer, and if NAC produces glutathione in you, then I imagine it would perform pretty much the same thing.
Look, in
Applications
biotechnology
of
and nanotechnology.
magnetotactic bacteria. Oh God, magnetosomes and magnetosomes crystals in biotechnology and nanotechnology mini review. So
That is crazy.
biomineralized magnetosomes, which are defined as intercellular nanocrystals of the magnetic minerals magnetite graphite? No, that's not graphite. But anyways, enveloped by a philosopholipid bilayer membrane. The synthesis of magnetosomes is controlled by a specific set of genes that encode proteins, some of which are exclusively found in the magnetosome's membrane in the cell. Over the past
What does
several
that sound like?
decades,
What are Sorry to interrupt you, Max, but think about that. Encoded through protein.
yeah, they're
Look, they're
invading the
pretty much
cell.
describing an mRNA. That's an mRNA thing. Like
Yeah,
the
they
thing
plan to
gave
invade
everybody.
each cell with this technology. That's what I'm getting here. New commercial, medical, and scientific processes and applications that utilize nanomaterials, some of which are biologically derived. Biological nanomaterial that has shown great promise for use in large number of commercial and medical applications are bacterial magnetite magnetosomes. Unlike chemically synthesized magnetite nanoparticles, magnetosomes, magnetite crystals, are stable, single magnetic domains and are thus permanently magnetic at ambient temperature, are of high chemical purity, and display a narrow size range of consistency, crystal morphology. These physical chemical features are important in their use in biotechnological and other applications. Magnetite crystals include and/or involve bioremediation, cell separation, DNA antigen, recovery or detection, drug delivery, enzyme immobilization, that's bad, magnetic hyperthermia, and contrast enhancement of magnetic resonance imaging. Well, that's pretty much the most benign of all those. Metric analysis using SCOPE and Web of Science database from 2003 to 18 showed that applied research involving magnetite from MTB in some form has been focused mainly on biomedical applications, particularly in magnetite, hyperthermia, and drug delivery. Okay. That's terrifying.
So do you think
So
their
that's what
end game is to depopulate and amongst other things?
Yeah,
Well,
well,
magnetite.
yeah,
Sorry, I was
absolutely.
gonna say, yeah, the magnetite. You have billions of these crystals of magnetite in your brain, and they create
Right.
magnetosomes, chains of magnetosomes, and they're influenced by magnetic fields and shit. So pretty much like this is what consciousness comes from. This is how consciousness is created through this process.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can influence that, you can pretty much make like a bunch of drone type fucking.
Yeah, the magnetosomes are concentrated on the exterior of your brain mostly,
Yeah.
in what I've seen. And we perceive and do a lot of the perception of the world through that part of our brain. That's why we have so many convolutions to it. There's a lot more to those than science really knows about. So if they can control the cavity of your brain, they can send whatever resonance pattern they want inward and probably have you thinking whatever they want. That's
like like directed towards your mind.
yeah. Yeah, because it would send signals directly from the exterior of your brain into your mind.
So it is like a physical and a spiritual war that's going on.
You would be perceiving what they sent.
Yeah, because they're physically hurting us too.
Yep.
It's multifaceted.
Mm-hmm.
True, Cage.
So like, let's say you did fucking inject like 90% of the population with something, you know, that wasn't mRNA, which works exactly how they say at the beginning of this article through spike proteins, and then you're able to turn on or off certain magnetosome chains. Then you're literally able to control consciousness at its very base level, you know. It's like complete physical. And
there's got to be a way.
It's like physical.
There's got to be a way though to block it, or something.
Well, yeah, that you can detox and metal detox from it. If you're constantly detoxing, and you pretty much have to, because they're blanketing it from the skies, in the water. They're going to be putting it in the food.
They already are.
Yeah. So detox.
Well, then they can use that whole 5G. Like, for example, it even ties into 5G, right? Because let's say you did inject people with these fake magnetosome bacteria things, which come in a coming through a shot form. This is how it's done. They have patents on this stuff already. So it's like now you can play 5G or like certain frequencies through there to turn on chains and activate things, and you can activate it through frequency after.
Yeah, magnetosomes are present in every cell in your body, so they could be used as a signal for any part of your body, any cell or every cell.
You can use it as like a receptor. It's like a receptor to turn things on or off when a certain signal comes through. So I'm saying they could probably just turn everyone off right now if they wanted to.
Wow. That's another form of making you like AI.
Mm.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Well, that's why I was showing Noah Harari, because he's the one who says that human thought will eventually become a thing of the past. And that AI thought will be humans will integrate with computers, and over time, human thought will be less and less until human thought is just not there.
Yeah, because I truly believe the next epoch will be AI merging with humans. I mean, not, merging with us together. We'll have to learn to live with them if we're alive. I'm on my way out. I'm old. The young ones are the ones that's going to experience this.
Yeah, we looked into the future past all this only once. And there was, I don't know if any of you guys that are here remember that one.
Yes,
but there was
a
happy place. There was a happy place. And then there was nothing else around. It was just darkness. So there was a happy place. I don't know if the darkness was, a bad scene, or if it was like the AI universe, or I don't know. But the people were happy and they looked free. So I have hope.
Remote view Zion. Was it like Zion in the Matrix or something?
Zion in the Matrix? No, just the future for humanity. Hopefully.
That's what it sounds like. Same kind of idea.
Kind of like like a utopia.
Something could change the paradigm though, and that could change up. We might need to remote view again.
Yeah, we might have to.
Yeah, we may have to. I never thought of that. So you're not having a hard time understanding me?
No.
Oh, good.
Sounds great.
I meant my accent, not the sound.
Oh, no. Your accent's
Do I sound
Easily
country to you?
understandable. A little bit. You have a twang.
Do I
Yeah.
really? This
A
is
little
so
bit.
interesting. Yeah.
Not really.
What
not
does
really.
my
You
accent sound like?
Kind of.
It sounds really proper, and here's how I talk with people around here. What y'all doing? Let's all go eat or something. Come
Yeah,
on,
Max.
man.
Max doesn't really. You don't really sound Canadian.
No?
You know, you sound more
My
of
fa-
an
Yeah.
American.
My father was from Halifax, so I have a little bit of a slur to my M and N's.
That's so funny. Well, I've got to enjoy being on here. Now I know how, you know. So my next project will be coming on here and showing all these freaking stuff I got.
Awesome. What do you got?
Yeah, but I've got everything in this freaking place. I tell you, this cabin.
Everything.
I have so many
Do you have a
rocks and
stuffed
crystals.
mongoose? Do you have a stuffed mongoose?
You know what? I could arrange that. I kid you not. But I have a lot of things. There's so many things I would like to show people. You know,
Awesome.
I need to find someone to leave my crystals to because I don't think my kids want them, and I have a lot of them. We're talking in the hundreds.
Wow.
Yes.
I got a table full of rocks myself. Stones.
Yes, you do. They're amazing.
Mm-hmm.
See, it goes. See, it kind of reminds me of the magnetite thing because I have a chunk of magnetite too. You can find it. You can mine it out of the ground, but it's within our biological tissue. I think this is how remote viewing kind of works too. With the magnetic field, the electromagnetic field of the Earth, and it's like
Yeah, I was
pulling
trying to work
information
out the
from.
connection between that and the crystals, because magnetite is not a luminescent crystal. So the crystals that luminesce and the magnetite must interact in some way. I wonder if it acts like a chain, as like a link in a computer, like a program, or a link in the form or light to create the forms or visions we see.
Yeah, when I remote view, sometimes I will hear songs. Sometimes I get like a telepathic message. I don't hear voices. It's strange because I do know, I remember doing what you would have called remote viewing when I was a child. You know, I would get visions of stuff, and it was strange because I think that's what I was doing. We just didn't have all these fancy names, you know, back in the day.
Yeah.
So I guess I basically have been doing it mainly my whole life. But the visions are so quick that it's like it's playing a joke on you. You're like, okay, I got to catch this. I got 1 second to get a quick look at this.
Yeah, I just thought when I was a kid, when everybody closed their eyes, they saw things. I just thought that was normal. I saw faces and shapes and things going on. You know, I just thought that was normal, right? You know, just thought it was like a trick of the lights or something. I don't know. Didn't
I
think
found
anything
out
of
real
it.
fast it wasn't. Yeah, because my dad would be like, Cindy, do not tell no one where we're going. Okay, because I would have dreams or visions of where he was going to take us. And I would tell everybody, oh, I'm so excited. We get to go see that lady. And he'd go, okay, today it's going to be a surprise. I'm like, okay. You know, they never chastised me or made fun of no one, because a lot of people in my family were like me. You know, and they say, you know, you just know things. And I told my mom, I said, Mom, if we leave our dog behind, her name was Ruthie, she's not going to be alive when we get back. But if we take her, she will be. And Mom gave me a strange look, like, you know, she's not usually wrong. So she didn't take her. And when we got back, she was gone. And from then on, Mom started listening.
Nice. But
she had gifts. Everyone, like not everyone, but basically everyone in my family, they have different abilities, and one who's weak in the other one's strong. So we help each other out that way.
Nice. No, nobody else in my family was into any of that. So,
Really?
no.
Did you know anybody that had a abilities or
Oh,
gifts?
after I left high school and my home, yeah, yeah, I was taught Druidry after that.
Well, what made you go into remote viewing?
That was a rebellion against the church because I wanted to find out who Christ was, and
And
that drove
so
me to
remote
remote
viewing.
viewing. Yeah,
Okay.
because the Christ story mirrors the pineal cycle, and as does all the
True.
most of the ancient stories. So, what does the pineal do? It views things remotely. So I found remote viewing one day. I did a
Oh,
video.
okay.
There was a guy. It was actually Farsight there. He did he did a video. What is remote viewing? And he just explained it that you give a number and he did a little test there with it, like I do. Um, and I was sitting in a shopping mall, and I did this little test to see if I could see the picture they were doing. Closed my eyes, and there was a vision of a valley with a sun and the water, and he showed the picture, and it was exactly that. So
Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
so I went home and I said, okay, I'm going to do this because it's a good way to give back, and I know that people could use the advantage of practicing this.
Yes, it does keep my third eye strong. I will admit that. That's for sure.
Yeah, Marlene has been
If I'm
upset
not
with it,
too
so
worried about,
she's
if
been
I'm not too
missing.
worried about if Scotty has pants on or not, it always depends. He's one of the funniest characters.
Yep, it's good.
Well,
Comedy is
okay, I'm
good
gonna
for
say
remote
goodbye
viewing.
and head out.
Okay.
I know it makes me when I don't. I think if you're laughing, it brings your vibration up. So
Yeah, the inner child. Um, that's one of the Bible verses that helped me with remote viewing is knowing, being before the Lord as a child or going to the Lord as a child. I forget the exact verse, but it
I know it. I know what you mean.
it alludes to being like childlike in order to see the Lord, and that's what we do, right?
I
So
had a friend of mine
have
that she
fun.
basically looks at it as it's an almanac for how to do your gardening and planting, and which it kind of is. It kind of sinks
It
in with
is.
astrology,
Yep,
like
it does have that as
yours.
well.
Yeah, your sign Virgo would be when we harvest, right? The
Hmm.
wheat, because you
Yep.
have the lady with the wheat stalk over her shoulder.
Hmm.
So she used to really think that it was just an almanac. It's like, well, that's true. It is in a way.
Yeah, the Old Testament in the beginning describes the great year using the zodiac in reverse.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
I learned so much on here. I tell you, you know nothing. I understand everything, but I know nothing.
absolutely right.
Yeah. Well,
I'm the same.
I'll see you later. I'll see
All
you
right,
later then,
thanks for
right?
coming up, Desert Rose. It's awesome to
Bye,
hear your
Cage.
voice.
Much love.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Much love, guys. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Yeah, I wonder if you got some of those magnetite crystals and started making them into like monatomic elements and taking them, if that would help increase your vision or not. I don't know. Or would it just allow them to take control of you a bit easier? Because we've got it in our body no matter what, right? But they want to put in these synthetic ones that they can manipulate.
They found people with like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's and stuff like that. They have clumps of magnetite, like over concentrations of. Might be dangerous,
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, I guess just imbalance. I don't know. Well, let's do a smudge for the wildfires. We don't have the s'mores I was going to say, Marlena, when she misses class, she's missed class for quite a bit, and she notices that she's not quite as on target as she usually is. I find that with some people, if they don't come for a long time, they're not quite as accurate. So we're just going to smudge for the wildfires for the intention of sending out a message of awareness that you're being fooled and lied to. And a call out for action, or actually maybe inaction and not agreeing or not going along with the plan, whichever way you want to look at it. The fire from those fires will reach around the world. And as we saw, there were fires everywhere. Antifa's going all over the place. Going nuts. Little firebugs. So send out your intention to the world, and hopefully we'll touch a few people. All right. How about cleaning the air and water? Yeah, right, Mark. Well, if we could, for 50 years, the climate scientists, industry, and government have been getting together to help solve the climate problem. And what's happened? It's gotten worse, and it's our fault. Come on. It's just ridiculous. Studies linked with all kinds of metal illnesses. Yeah, there are metals that are good for you and ones that aren't. All kinds of mental illness, also with the massive amounts of pollution. Yeah. Yeah, did you see RFK came out and said that the problem with mass murders is not guns, but medications?
Yeah. I haven't seen that, no.
Yeah, he's actually talking a lot of sense. So I don't think there's any way they'll ever get him to be the candidate. I think he'll be ousted pretty quick, if not killed like his, the rest of his family. Believe, 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 eh, Mark? Yeah, well, you can clean water with your intentions as well. Go down to a river and pray for it to be clean. If we all did that on a constant basis, it could have a big difference. Could make a big difference. Apparently, there was an experiment done with contaminated water in monks. They prayed over it for several days, and the water cleansed itself. I don't know if that's entirely true, but I notice a difference with my water when I thank it, especially when I freeze it. If I don't thank my water before I freeze it, the ice cubes come out all crumbly. If I thank it, they come out in one piece and kind of crystal clear. It's really kind of interesting, the effect our mind has on things. And even I make colloidal silver and gold water to drink. And I've asked my wife.
Yeah, if you want.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, yeah, if we get into like the esoteric type of thing, how it works is through the subconscious mind, right? So this is why you see like these rituals. There's symbology or intention, and how it has an effect. But it has to be more than belief, right? If you have to like kind of know it, like you don't really think about your heart beating, right? It just automatically happens.
Mm-hmm.
So if you kind of reprogram your mind, your subconscious, to make it an automatic function, then you get like real quote unquote magic, if you want to call it that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a funny kind of experiment that happened. My wife, I asked her to pour some water into the colloidal silver and gold. And over the next few days, it kind of went not like bad, but it changed it. it came out differently. Like when I make it, it gets a slight purple tinge to it. When my wife pours the water in, it went kind of off greenish brown. It was weird. Just from the different person pouring the water. So she doesn't pour the water in anymore. Yeah, that's to me that's pretty conclusive evidence that our energy seems to have an effect on things. And you've got Dr. Emoto and his experiments. I do have that. I have words printed on all the jugs and containers in my house.
Yeah, I've done an experiment like that too with plants, even. You know, even Rudolf Steiner got into it. I was having a conversation with a friend, and he brought up how Rudolf Steiner. It's one of those techniques that are used in a way, like pretty much. Yeah, one of them. I just put like kind of like negative shit into. You know, same exact environment, same exact soil, same size of container, same everything. And the other one, I put like some, you know, visualized it and like kind of transmuted it into something, you know, perfect. And you should have seen the difference. One of the plants was like fucking like a couple inches tall. The other one was like over like 2 feet in a tiny cup.
Wow. Yeah, there's the rice experiments too.
Massive.
There's the 3 jars of rice experiment where you yell at one, you ignore one, and you give one praise and thanks. And you get 3 different results. You get the black, moldy, disgusting looking one that you yell at. And then the one you ignore, it gets moldy, but not as bad.
As quickly.
Yeah, and not as bad. Yeah. And then the one you like, it actually will ferment and become like an alcohol or actually edible. It's ridiculous. But it's so cool. Yeah, you do have to kind of believe it, I think. If you don't believe something's going to do it, or, well, it's not even belief, really, it's knowing. Because we're supposed to be coming into the age of knowing, right? Probably due
It
to
is
the
knowing.
placebo
It's like
effect.
it's beyond knowing even.
Yeah.
It's like an
Toth is
automatic function.
Toth is our local naysayer. He says it's probably due to the placebo effect. Okay. Well, how do you affect a sealed jar of rice with the placebo? Ignore those who need to be ignored? No. Well, ignoring people isn't nice. You know, they should be at least acknowledged. Whether you want to continue listening to them or not might be a different story.
With a name like Thoth Amon or whatever.
Yeah, he gave us the description of that. That's the wizard in the Conan series. Do you remember the small wizard? It was.
It's also named for Hermes Trismegistus or Thoth.
Yeah, Thoth. Yeah.
Thoth.
Thoth Amon is a character from the Conan series that he's portraying there. You should get the picture of him, Thoth. Put his little picture up there. The picture of that wizard. Yeah, I know there's a way to block people in your chat, or used to. Oh, I can block people in chat, but I don't. And if I don't like people banning people, I don't mind timeouts. That's okay. 300 seconds or something. The only time I wanted to use that was on James LeCoeur because what he said was just so confusing. It didn't make any sense.
Well, it's a mixture. Like Thoth Amon, Amon or whatever is also from Goetic Solomonic demonology. You know, like
Yeah.
the Lesser Key of Solomon.
Okay. Is that one of the demons, Amon?
Yeah, he's the 7th leader of them, and he like governs over 40 of the other demons or some shit.
Oh, wow. You should check that out, Thoth.
This, like Solomonic magic type shit.
Oh yeah. 7 Keys of Solomon.
The Grand Marquise of Hell, what it's called.
Oh, okay.
So it's
Yeah,
kind of like a back. So they took a demon from fucking Goetic shit and mixed it with Thoth, you know, the god of wisdom or something from ancient Hermetic stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Neat. So many different traditions and names, eh? It's mind-boggling. But it's all pretty much the same thing. You can find a correlation between the characters quite easily. They're demons or spirits if you want there to be, Toth. No, little green. No, I love my little green men. Of course, there's little green men. And tall gray men and stuff. And what about the dog people and the cat people and the bird people? They'll be very upset with you.
Are you an atheist, Thoth?
I think so. I don't know. It'd be hard to say. Never really.
The Masons sure love that Solomonic shit, and they call atheists and the uninitiated the vulgar and profane. Not the vulgar and profane. Why would the most powerful people in the world hold these beliefs and then rule your life according to them? I guess they
Yeah.
don't exist though, right? Yeah. So
I don't know. Some people believe that the elites talk to spirit people from Jupiter. Could do. You never know. They had some pretty weird, strange ideas.
you should be skeptic. You know, there's a healthy level of skepticism. But then,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but there's a fine line between being a skeptic and then just being completely ignorant and brainwashed. You know, so
Yeah, I
you
like
gotta be
leaving.
careful with it.
I like leaving the door to opportunity open. You know, if you don't have a complete answer on anything, then you just don't know for sure. You know,
Yeah.
wait for more information. You know, like aliens, I'm not sure. It seems like they do exist, but who knows? Kind of interesting. We don't see them too often in remote viewing, except for in bases. We see them a lot in bases.
Sorry,
Why?
see what? Sorry.
Alien type
yeah.
creatures in military bases, domes, underground. There's a lot of them underground, apparently. I don't know. Most of the ships that we looked at, they seem to have people in them, just like us. Don't know if there are people. A lot of times they are our military. We usually get a sense of that, but there's other ones that we don't know. So, but they're usually people. But lots of weird creatures under the bases. And possibly Antarctica. I don't know. We did smudge, Mark. Let's do another one and heal the water. All right.
In a way, I do kind of agree with Thoth Amon about like I don't really believe in like demons or spirits, any of that shit either. I believe they're a part of the subconscious mind, and if you convince yourself through symbology and certain teachings and convince yourself of something, yeah, you could probably enact a part of your subconscious mind. You know, but I still feel like everything's within the mind, regardless. But it's like a belief system, right? If you believe in that and you truly believe in it, and you like convince your subconscious mind to do the work, then it'll have an effect. You know, probably
Well,
electromagnetic.
the interesting thing is the only cultures that have demon possessions are ones that talk about it or teach about it. Most cultures that don't teach about demon possession don't have anything like it happen.
Yeah, it makes sense, right?
So it could entirely be just subconscious, you know, a way of expressing or acting out. And the body and mind are capable of amazing things. Even the face changes that they express, like I've had muscle twitches sometimes that have contorted my face in a weird way, and you could see how that somebody's face could just be augmented right into what would look like a demon face or something. So this is a smudge using the smudge in my hand, and the smudge of the wildfires everywhere. Those bastards. We transmute that smoke to clean the air and clean the water. It's got some good carbon in there. Be a good carbon filter and clean out the air.
So mote it be, as they say.
Yeah. Thank you. Or please and thank you, actually. What's that Japanese religion called of animism? I can't remember the actual name of it, but it's animism, where almost everything has a life and a soul. I'm kind of coming to that conclusion, that kind of thinking, just a consciousness of different levels, you know?
Every object, even inanimate objects, have an electromagnetic field.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so in that way, everyone's connected in the field either way, or everything,
Yeah.
everything in existence. You know, even plants.
Yeah.
Everything.
I believe all energy has consciousness and memory of some sort. So.
Shit, there's a good book about that. I forget what the name of it. A good one though. It's kind of like that idea, like in remember like Forrest Gump, how that you know that the feather floats around and like you know it tells a story in a way. The beginning it starts at the end.
Okay.
There's a book kind of similar to that. I think that's where they took the idea from. Pull it up for you.
Yeah, I don't remember the feather.
You remember that from that movie?
No, it was such a long time ago.
That's an old one. Both on Memento. Now I'm gonna talk about Memento. That's kind of weird. I just watched Memento like a couple weeks ago.
What's that about?
It's about a guy who like kind of like has like a memory issue. He's trying to figure out like what's going on. There's a guy named John D in it, which kind of interested me because that's like an occult reference to, you know, Dr. John D, the guy who made the Enochian alphabet and worked with the Queen, signed his name 007. So like the movie.
Oh,
007.
that, yeah, okay. Yeah.
Worked with the royal family and shit. There's a lot of
Peace out,
occult
London,
undertones
man.
in
How
that
you
movie.
doing? Used.
What's up, London?
He is used by another guy to kill people. Okay. So double agent, one of those 007 agents, licensed to kill.
Yeah, now when I watch movies, I don't just watch the movie, right? Like I look and see like all the stuff they hide in it because they're very revealing.
I can't remember the last movie I watched, but I couldn't help but do that. I didn't watch the movie. I was just blinging out on all the signals and symbology they put into it.
Well, that's what I enjoy doing because this is how they hide their, you know, they have to hide their secrets in plain sight. This is one of the tenets of how they live, right? To avoid natural law. So it's like pretty much like they have to tell you what they're doing. Like I say, hey Max, I'm gonna fucking kill you or something.
Yeah.
And then I do it, and you don't do anything. It's kind of your fault, then, you know.
That's what it seems like, eh?
Yeah.
You know, but it is one of the tenets of, gosh, you know.
It's like this. If you have a stand with
What is
fucking
it?
apples, if I have a stand with apples and they're poison, and I'm feeding everyone these apples and selling them, you know, but it just says like nice, delicious apples. It doesn't say anything about the poison, you know. Then that's my fault. Then the natural law lays on me. But let's say I have the apple sign, and then under there in smaller writing it says, you know,
Some apples may be poisonous.
yeah, they're poisonous, and then people still buy them. Then you know the onus is on them, not me. This is how they think. So this is why they have to hide all this shit in media and like hide it right in front of your face because they're pretty much letting you know what they're doing, and if you just continuously go along with it, then it's your fucking fault in their mind.
Yeah, what is that? Is Frankism have one of those, doesn't it? One of those precepts.
It's kind of like Satanism has, and it's like
Yeah.
just a way to avoid karma, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
Like the onus is on you now; it's your fault. Like look at cigarettes, for example. Like that
Yeah.
shit kills like the most people, out of anything. And
Yeah.
look, they sell them, and look what they have on the packaging. The whole package is like a heart being held out on a fucking hand, and people still buy it. So it's not their fault anymore.
Exactly.
The tenant's showing there. It's their fucking choice, even though they're selling people poison and shit. But it's whatever. That's how they look at it. Is it morally right? No, but they're still doing it.
I have some tobacco seeds coming, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So I can grow my own.
If you grow your own, it's probably a lot better than taking the or even get it off like the natives or something. Probably better for you, which you probably do. So it's like
Yeah, I use ormus in my soil. So there was a guy.
and what is that? That stuff you extract off of salt or something?
Yeah. Yeah, you can extract it out of pretty much anything with acids and stuff. You can break it down into its monatomic elements. Pretty much everything breaks down. Well, you can break anything down into monatomic elements, and they're all pretty much good for growing. So what
Some
happens
like
with
alchemical thing.
With the sea salt, what it does is it's an extraction of 140 minerals. So it mineralizes the soil. But you could take that and add an acid to it, break it up into monatomic elements, and then pull it out with a base, and do that a few times until it's like white powder, which it already is. Unfortunately, hard to tell how you change it. With gold, it's easy because gold goes from like a red to a purple to a black, and then it turns white once it's become a monatomic element. But other things are much more difficult. You just have to follow the process, which is laborious. But in the sea salts, there are monatomic elements, good amount of them. Lots of ideas floating around the ether. Yeah. What's that? Cage played a video the other day that confirmed this, and 7 hertz frequency was to retrieve all.
He's talking about the Persinger and Todd Murphy, the Laurentian University in Sudbury.
Okay.
Those guys. Yeah, they're talking about how, like, for remote viewing, how they can generate a specific, I think it's only 7 or 7.8 hertz frequency in a pattern, like, enhance it or completely turn it off too.
7.83 is the Schumann resonance, or the resonance of the Earth. And how you said it, that they believe that the memory and some of the records somehow are contained in the magnetic field. That would make sense to resonate at the Earth's frequency. Kind of interesting. I wonder, 7.83 and 842 probably would go together pretty well.
So kind of like in a computer, it'd be kind of like the random access, like the RAM.
Yeah.
And then like.
I'm thinking for class using 7.83 and 842 to see if that's more stimulating to the pineal. I have been, Toth sent me a bunch of information on frequencies and suggesting I try different ones. And I have been trying different ones, but 842 seems to be the best one so far.
Try the range from 7 to 7.8.
Yeah. I'm going to try that along with, I've tried just 7.83 before, I think it had some effect, but I'm not sure. I'll have to try it again. Some of the frequencies really mess up my voice. They make me sound like I'm garbled. Sounds like a plan, right? All right, we've been almost 2 hours, and this is a half-hour show. I'm going to cut it off here. I've got class in a couple hours, actually in an hour. Much love to you all. Thanks for coming by and helping with the transmutation of the wildfires.
All right, everyone, take it easy. Everyone have a great weekend. Much
Yeah,
love.
hope to see you in class and for our chat shows tomorrow and Sunday.
Cool, man. Much
All
love.
right. Thanks. Much love. Bye-bye.